I don't know what episode this is.
That's how we started.
Thomas Game Podcast episode. What is this? 57, 58 maybe?
I don't know. You normally keep up with those numbers. I don't know. But welcome back. Welcome back to the Thomas Game Podcast.
Of course, I go by
DJ Realm Life.
I'm here with my beautiful co-host, my life partner. What's her name again?
You know my name. It's just Tiffany. You know my name. It's just Tiffany. You know my name. It's just Tiffany.
There you go.
Yeah. If I didn't know, I didn't know.
What's going on? How you doing this evening?
I'm doing well. You know, I'm glad we ate first this time around before we recorded. Because I'm feeling a lot better.
Okay.
Y'all know how it is when you don't eat. You be in a whole different mood. So, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Blessed.
Always.
Thank you for joining us, y'all. Of course, if you haven't by now, it's your first time listening, you can join us on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Any video that is posted, you will get it, the information regarding it. You can also check us out on Apple for all you Apple phone users.
Don't do that.
Also Spotify. You know what I'm saying? You can check us out on Spotify, Anchor, and any other podcast that outlets that that's available as well. You can check us out there.
And it is free.
Absolutely damn free.
So support us.
Damn it.
Damn it.
If you don't have no space on your little raggedy iPhone, clear it out.
Delete some shit and add us.
There you go.
Thank you.
I don't want to hear you ain't got no space. I don't want to hear nothing like that.
Shut up!
That's what I'm going to tell you.
But seriously, why y'all don't support y'all friends when it's free? The ones who don't. I'm not talking to the ones who do, because we have a lot of supporters. Mostly our family and friends. But to y'all losers who don't support y'all friends and family when it's free, what is the reason? What is the reason? Please tell me.
Don't know, man.
Come on.
But we'll shout out to the people that do follow us, man. That's all that matters.
Consistently, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
It's too many to name because it's quite a few of y'all.
And before we get started, man, there is a DJ app that's out there. You can follow me doing my thing. It's called MixLR. And you can also get this at on Apple Play Store and also Google. It's absolutely free. All you do is just download the damn app and search my name, DJ Real Life, and follow me. That's it. Absolutely free. I do.
And let me tell you the best part about it, because I love this app. It's better than any streaming music app because there are no interruption and it's free, so you don't have to pay for it, and it's good music, so you just come support, you vibe. You can chat on the app, right? They can chat on it, but they have to create an account to chat.
Yeah, if you want to chat live while I'm DJing live, you could just subscribe, create an account, but again, that's free as well. But if you don't want to chat and you just want to listen to the music, just download the app and then follow me.
Right, that's
Go
it.
to the search bar, DJ Real Life, and follow me, and that's it.
That's it.
Just that easy. So check me out. MixLR. Mix, MixLR, and that's it. There you go.
The Mary J. Blige is my favorite babe so far that you've done. You know that. Y'all check it out.
Yeah, I do wear, Legends. Well, I just do a mix on one particular artist, and then on Sundays I do Soulful Sundays where it's just nothing but R&B music, no hip hop. So I do both though, R&B, hip hop. So check me out.
Okay.
All right. So what it is?
All right, let's get started. I'm so excited because I have a lot of respect for our followers. After the last post, if you guys follow us at the Thomas Game Podcast on Instagram, I posted a question that I seen on social media. And the question was, how long do you stay mad at your significant other after a fight? And some of the answers were very impressive. One of the answers, I have to give a shout out to my cousin. I just love her. She's young, but I love her. She's married. She said 1 to 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours. That's how long she's and her significant other stay mad at each other. She said they don't stay mad for long.
Oh, hold on now.
That's dope. But you know what? I'm going to say her name. I'm going to give her a shout out because she's one of our consistent followers and she always supports.
Number one fan.
My cousin Arturia. She always amazes me because she's young. She carries herself very well. She's very classy, and she's sweet. She's sweet in person, in real life. She's like the sweetest person that I know. So I can believe if someone's not mad at her for that long. And if they are mad at her, I'm sure it's them and not her, because she's just that sweet. So,
she's a young, wise woman, a God-fearing woman. So her philosophy is from the word, whereas you don't go to bed mad. So salute to her.
Right. So at first I'm like, okay, you know what? She's probably saying that because of who she is. You know, she's a sweet person. But then I started seeing other people say they only stay mad for like 2-3 hours at the most. And I'm like, no. I'm like, who are these people? Because
they're human.
I need at least a day to get over some shit. Like,
Come on.
I'm not proud of it. I'm just stating the facts. I need at least a day. I need at least a day. When me and you get into it, you know, sometimes depending on the problem or the issue, you know, it could be petty. Like if you ate my last chicken wing or some shit, yeah, I might get over in a few hours. But if it's a real big problem, it's going to take at least 24 to 48 hours before I start speaking to your ass again. And that's just me being real. And I'm not proud of it, but
why?
It's me being transparent.
Why?
Why what? You do it too, nigga. Don't act like that. Don't ask me why. When you
I'm asking you
why. Why what? It takes so long?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you just need to just start fresh. You know, sleep on it. Wake up, and then when you're in the moment and you're upset, sometimes you don't want to react or respond out of anger or out of emotion. And for me, honestly, I'm just being real with you guys. It takes a little bit longer for me to just get over it, depending on why I'm mad. Depending on why I'm mad. So that's just me being honest. And I mean, and I know it's not just me. Y'all don't act like it's just me. I know some of y'all.
It's a lot of people, but my thing is time is the essence. Like life is short. So time is something that you'll never get back. Time is more valuable than money. So the more time that you waste being mad at each other, it's just waste. It's a waste. You can't get that time back. You cannot get that time back. That's wasted. So God forbid something happened, you get into an argument, and the next day you don't wake up, or when you don't wake up, you will feel bad because that person left you on bad terms.
Yeah.
So it's like we got to think about it. If it's not something that's serious, there shouldn't be any time wasted. It should be a discussion. It should be moved on, and that be that.
And, you know, I mean, that all sounds good. It does. And, you know, we all should live by that. But when you're in the heat of the moment, let's all be real. That is something that's hard to grasp. And we all struggle with it. Not all, because a lot of people, believe it or not, they put a few hours.
Salute to all of them that said a few hours.
Salute trust me. I put, let me know how y'all do that shit and what it is that y'all do to get over it in an hour or two. Like, and I'm not saying that, you know, I don't agree with what my husband is saying, because that was a good point that you just made. I'm just saying, when you're in the middle of a situation, and that's just with anybody, it's hard to just look over some shit.
It's all in the mind.
Right. It is a mind thing.
Yep.
But let me read some of the responses from that post last week, because y'all had me cracking up. Somebody put, I can go for hours and hours and hours. Like, what is it? Her name? Money Long said, I can do this for hours.
Man, I need a boot
Sit
button.
and talk to you for hours.
All you losers played that song out. I hate that song now, but continue.
I know, but you know what? That was a funny response at that time.
It was.
Somebody else put 2 to 3 days.
That's
my
crazy.
cousin Arturia, she put an hour. It's hard for us to stay mad. You know, I can believe that, because, like I said, she's sweet as apple pie. I can go a week and not speak. Now, let me tell you something. If you can go a whole week, and are y'all living in the same house, how do you go a week without speaking to your partner?
Let me tell you what's gonna happen for real. Like, this stuff is gonna happen. As much as we don't want it to happen, it's gonna happen. You know, it's gonna be times where it's just part of the game. But it's up to you to say, you know what? I'm tired of doing this. We're not gonna do this no more. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're not gonna talk for days, for weeks, without talking to each other. We're gonna be adults. We're gonna talk to each other. And we're gonna nip this in the bud. And that's just what it is. Yeah. Like, not talking to somebody for days and weeks, like, that's crazy. Like, when you do that, the devil comes in. And you don't know what is on the other end of that. You know what I'm saying? Once that devil come in, it's hard for him to come out. So you don't even want to take it there. People's mind start to drift and start thinking about other things, the temptations that they never thought about before. But because you're not talking to the person,
you're in that headspace.
You're not talking to the person for weeks. He start entertaining, or he or she start entertaining things they never entertained before.
You better talk about it.
So instead of doing all that, let's both be adults, face to face, like iron out our problems. That's just what it is. Like nobody got time to be not talking for days and weeks. That's just crazy.
I like that. Y'all better catch that message. Somebody else put,
With
I don't
both
even
hands.
know. I don't know if I even want to read this response. Some of y'all are just petty. Y'all are petty as hell. Somebody put a year. If you still mad at somebody for a whole goddamn year, basically,
Come on, man.
Crazy.
Come on, man.
You
You
gotta
shouldn't
let
be
it
with
go.
that
You gotta
person.
move on. Just
You shouldn't
move
be.
on.
If you're
Move
mad
on
at somebody
your
for a year,
own
you shouldn't be
peace.
with that person. Come on, man. Come on.
I'm gonna say they were joking.
Yeah.
But if it's
Hope
somebody
so.
out there that's mad at someone and it's been a year, let that shit go. For your own peace of mind, let that go, please. Please.
That's weird.
Ladies, y'all were disappointing me.
Uh-oh.
Somebody put it depends on what he did or until he apologizes. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. He needs to apologize.
That ain't the right mindset to have.
Again, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they were joking.
I hope so. But you have people who actually feel that way. But let's just say this person was joking.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of your friends.
Talk about it.
Their responses were
Oh,
until
Lord.
she puts that thing on me.
Let's go. Let's go. That thing changes things.
It changes the mood
Yes, it does.
instantly.
Absolutely.
Thing must be fire.
The power
The power of what?
of the power you, aka the box. You know what I'm saying one time for the power you
of
in the box.
P.
Power you.
And somebody else put basically what you just said. I don't stay mad. I don't believe in that. That practice. Gotta live in peace. Gotta live peacefully. So
All that
Salute
nonsense,
to y'all.
talking to each other. The dude got to sleep on the couch. Nah, come on, man. Back hurt for that. You know what I'm saying? Like the couch is little. We too big to be sleeping on the couches. Like, nah,
everybody not 6'4", dear.
I don't care.
Some of them 4'6".
Well, they can sleep on the couch, man. That's fine.
But you got to do what's best for you guys. Don't. And if you are mad, try not to react out of emotion. And if it takes a day or two for you to calm down, take as much time as you need so that you don't cross a line of disrespect. But a week, like my husband said, that's when the devil comes in. The devil loves separation. So be aware of your actions and how you respond to your significant other in those times.
Yeah, sit back and evaluate the situation. Don't never let your emotions get the best of you to the point where you say something you're gonna regret it later on.
Absolutely. You guys, I'm gonna be really transparent.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
With y'all
Let's get it.
and tell y'all a quick story
Crazy ass. Let's go.
that happened recently. But when I tell y'all this story, please do not judge me. I have taken accountability. Okay,
That
I
word
am
right there.
owning up to my actions, and I know I was wrong. I was dead ass wrong. I was petty. I just have to give that disclaimer.
Richard Petty.
I have to give that disclaimer before I tell y'all this story between me and my husband. So let me tell y'all something. And I don't
Tell
say this to make excuses. It's more so that my husband can understand, and men out there can understand sometimes when it's that time of the month for the woman, okay?
This is a disclaimer.
It is a disclaimer. Our hormones be out of whack.
AKA an
And
excuse.
we just do some crazy shit. We do some crazy shit. I'll say that. And again, it's not to make an excuse, but fellas, just be on alert, okay? Ladies, find you someone that's emotionally in tune with your crazy ass, like my husband. Don't find my husband, but somebody that's as patient and understanding as my husband, okay? The other day, I was having a rough day, right? I was having a rough day, and it happened to be a day I was in the office at work. And most of the time, my husband gets home before me. He texts me, babe, you want me to take the fish out, right? For dinner,
Eating healthy over here.
right?
Salmon to be exact.
I was like, honestly, after the day I had, I really just want to come home, relax, and do nothing. So my husband was like, all right, cool. Let's do nothing. So I get home, and mind you, I'm in this headspace. I had a rough day. I go home, take a shower. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm drinking my wine. And my husband proceeds to ask me this question, and I flip the fuck out. Damn! Just remember, it's that time of the month, but I didn't know that at that time. He says,
You knew.
I didn't. He says to me,
I ain't know.
what you want to eat? I'll go pick up something to eat. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you, I flipped the fuck out and I went off, and I was just like, why the fuck I got to figure out what we gonna eat tonight? Why you can't figure it out? I'm tired of figuring out. Like, I went off. It's 7 p.m. My spoiled, emotional crybaby ass left him.
Got entitled.
Left him in his living room, went to bed crying in tears because God knows for whatever reason, I don't know. But let me tell you, in that moment,
I was watching the game,
and I'm not making excuses. In that moment, I wanted my husband to know what the fuck I wanted without asking me. Like, everybody who know me, I love wings. I wanted my husband to go to Brews Room or some shit, order me triple threat, extra wet, no garlic, all flats, without asking me. Just be like, I'm gonna go get you these wings, I'll be back. No, the fact that you asked me, it really pissed me off at that moment. And I'm not saying I'm right, but it was just, you got to be aware of when these hormonal changes occur, because shit could have went real left if my husband was not as patient and understanding as he is.
All my fellas out there, let me talk to you for a minute.
Wait. Let me tell y'all. Let me finish this. Let me finish. The next day, when I woke up and realized what had just transpired,
God done talked to me.
I was like, Tiffany, you tripping. You ladies, we got to talk to ourselves, because sometimes we know the next day when you realize, oh shit, you know what?
Self-love.
You go to the bathroom, you come back, you realize it was your cycle. You be like, you know what, Tiffany, you was tripping. That was some petty ass shit. You need to apologize.
Self-evaluation.
So I didn't, he hadn't already left and went to work. I didn't want to apologize in a text, even though I did. But you was so sweet about it, because he was like, all right, babe, I'm going to work. Love you. Have a great day. And I immediately, when I got to work, I texted him and apologized, because I was like, Tiffany, you was wrong. You need to apologize.
Text.
I text. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it up to him. So I went, before I got home that day, I went to the store, picked up his favorite snack, and brought it home. And I'm like, babe, would you accept this as my peace offering? Of course, he, my cool ass husband. Anybody know my husband? He's a cool ass dude. He was just like, of course. It was nothing to him. But he knew in that moment that I wasn't myself, and I was having an out of body reaction, and he didn't engage in confrontation, conflict, nothing. Like, he was cool as shit. So get you somebody that knows you emotionally and can deal with your crazy ass, because like I said, that shit could have went another way.
Yeah, fellas out there, I appreciate that. Fellas out there, two things: know who you're dealing with. When I say that, and I say it with the utmost respect, just know when dealing with a woman that these things can happen. And I'm a thinker. I'm a Virgo. I'm a thinker. So I'm always thinking, like, if I not entertain, but if I what's the better word of saying? If I engage in what happened, what is this gonna do? And it's not gonna be right. Damn, okay. It could go all the way. Yeah, it was.
Excuse that, y'all.
That's
cool.
From
the outside, if y'all heard that.
I wonder if it picked it up. But if I engage in this, what is it gonna do? So you have to read the room, evaluate this situation. You really do.
Like I'm a crazy psycho.
It's just like what we just talked about the first topic. You have to just really think about things before you react. Like a weak-minded dude would have just went ahead and just went in, and it would have been worse, and it would have been wouldn't be talking for days. But you have to really think about and evaluate the situation and say, hey, if I engage in this, what's the outcome going to be? And the outcome is not going to be good. So you have to know who you're dealing with, know the circumstances, and know you as a person. More important than anything else, know who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. And that's not a down on you or anybody else, but no one should take you out of your square, regardless of the situation. Like, there going to be situations where you are, but if that's not who you are, you should never be taken out of your square. If it's not something that is very serious, if it's just, your significant other having a bad day, you could get by. You could get by, and let them have that moment, but it doesn't require you to get out of your shell, get out of your character,
right?
At all. Like you have to condone yourself as a leader, as a mature person, and that's what it is.
And I love and respect you for that. And ladies, again, don't use those times when you're emotional and hormonal and it's that time of the month as an excuse to just be moody.
Hell no.
That's not cool. Nope. But sometimes, it's hard to catch those moments, and it's hard to control your emotions at that time. But if you are self-aware, try your best to just, talk yourself into saying don't say shit. And if you do say something and you do react out of emotion, ladies, you got to apologize. You got to say, let your man know, what, I was tripping. That was me.
And I'm going to speak to the ladies for a minute. You said something earlier. You said you feel like I should have said, get this or let's get that. We're not mind readers. So the simple fact that, you got to know your spouse. True. And like I said, I'm not making excuses for it. Yeah. You got to know your spouse. You know what I mean? Do something without being told to do it. True. That could happen, but at the same time, we're not mind readers. And the thing about it is, if we know you're having a bad day, whatever the situation may be, and you come and tell us, hey, you know what? I just want to chill out for the rest of the day. Because that person may assume you want fish and vegetables. You're right. And you're not going to want that. Even though I took the initiative to say, you know what?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to go get some salmon and some vegetables. That's going to make you even more upset.
Right. And I'm indecisive like that. So exactly. That's understanding.
So that's a moment where you be like, you know what? I had a bad day. I don't feel like doing anything.
Let me just see what she wants.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you tell them exactly what you want. So then it doesn't make the situation worse. Because if I go get salmon and vegetables, that would have made you even more upset because that's not what you wanted. So that's when you get the opportunity to say, you know what? I'm not in the mood. It's been a bad day. Do you mind if you get such and such and such for me? Chances are I'm going to get anybody else that's listening who can relate. They're going to get that so it doesn't make the night worse. Right. And that's what it is. We're not mind readers. We're problem solvers.
But you handled that shit like a G. Like you really did.
Shout out to G.O.D.
I was the next day, I was so impressed and turned on just by how you just handled that whole situation, because if it were me, I can't say the same, but naturally, like I said, if y'all know my husband, y'all know he's just a cool passive ass dude. Like that's just not who he is. He's not a confrontational person, and you're very respectful and very sweet to me all the time, even when we're at odds. So but that day, because I totally reacted out of character, I have to let everybody know. I have to let the world know, because that shit was really impressive. It really was.
This needs to go everywhere. This needs to go every YouTube outlet, everywhere. Godfather, you need to hear this. You know your name. I ain't got to say your name. Godfather, everybody need to hear this. So.
Well, ladies, get you a man that's emotionally in tune with your crazy ass in order for this shit to work.
Fellas, I want you to think first before reacting to certain situations like this. And ladies, I want you to just to also think as well, If you feel like you're not in the mood or whatever the case may be, just chill out. Just chill out. Pray. Talk to God. Excuse yourself in the room. Get yourself some fresh air before you overreact and let your emotions get the best of you. And like I said earlier, you end up saying something or doing something that you're going to regret saying later and making the situation worse. So everybody just think before you react. Easier said than done, but it can happen.
Right. And you know what? It's so funny you mentioned that. I just want to share something that I saw on social media. It said a woman's highest test is mastering her emotions. A man's highest test is mastering his flesh. A man who is disciplined with his sexual urges is a powerful man. A woman who is in control of her emotions is a powerful woman. So let's be self-aware, ladies and gents. Let's do better.
So that basically said a man who has discipline is a powerful man, and a woman who has
emotional control is a powerful woman.
I agree with that.
Y'all better catch these jewels we dropping on y'all tonight.
I agree with that. That was good. Whatever that came from, that was good.
That was good. So, all right, y'all. Let us know what y'all think. Again, if you're listening on YouTube right now, please leave a comment. We'll be happy to share it. All right, let's move on to the next topic. But before we do that, babe, go ahead and get on live because I want to engage with our Instagram followers
again,
on this next topic.
While we getting on live again, if you haven't already, subscribe, man. Like, comment, share, do all that good stuff, man. And also check us out on the emails too, the thomasgang2020@gmail.com. If you have any stories, anything that you have questions about, anything that you would like us to go over. We're not relationship experts, but we are good listeners. So you can check us out again. You want to leave at our email, the thomasgang2020@gmail.com.
Speaking of, you had a story last week. Do you think we should go over it?
Nah,
not right now.
Let's try to get online first. Maybe we'll save that for maybe
another time. Okay.
Because that's actually a really good story.
It was.
I'm giving myself a mustache on this live because I can't figure this out.
You remember?
Right there. See if we can connect. And also, people listening, you can also check us out. Follow us on Instagram, the Thomas Gang Podcast on Instagram as well. Al, what up?
All right.
Is that Katrine? Katrine, what up?
Katrine, what's going on? Al, what's going on? Thank you for joining us.
Al, saw you at the Heat game, the Heat and Spurs game the other day, man. Shout out to you, man. Hope everything's all in well.
All right, so let's get into it.
All right.
Is it disrespectful for your significant other to come home late after hanging out with his friends, or her hanging out with her friends, his or her friends, and not call or text?
This should be an easy one.
Is it disrespectful for your significant other to come home late after hanging out with friends and not call or text?
We did a question and answer thing, Q&A.
Yeah, we did a Q&A.
All right. What is it looking like?
So, y'all should be comedians, some of y'all, because these are hilarious. So, somebody put after midnight without a call or text, definitely gonna be a problem. Okay.
After midnight, okay.
But before I get into that, the answers. If it's already established before you go out what time you're supposed to be home, and they don't call, I think that's the problem. If you guys establish a time before you go out, out of respect for each other, say, hey, I'm going out with the fellas, or I'm going out with the girls, be home by 10 or whatever. If that time changes by an hour, you have to let your significant other know out of respect. I mean, you don't have to feel like you're a child or anything. It's just out of respect. Let them know. Don't come home at wee hours of the night, because you will get your ass kicked. Okay, you will get your ass cussed out.
Damn! Huff, what up, man? I see you. What's going on? Ask the question again for the people who just got on.
All right. Is it disrespectful for your significant other to come home late after hanging out with friends and not call or text?
Man, this is an easy question.
Go ahead.
This is
Let
easy.
them know. Answer the question, babe.
Basically, man, it's all about respect. It's all about communication.
Mm-hmm.
If you have respect for your significant other, you just had a dialogue. That's it. And you will want to do to your significant other what they'll do to you. So you cannot come in, without communicating. You can't come in 2, 3, 4 in the morning with no communication when you left the house at 9 o'clock. You can't expect your significant other to be cool with that. Male or female, you cannot expect them to be cool with that without any communication. You've been going for a long time, so they're gonna worry. Like that's just natural. Now you guys can have a prior conversation about what time you feel like, and you're not gonna come home, at that certain time all the time. Things happen.
Mm-hmm.
It could be emergencies. You could be intoxicated and you're not able to drive. You know what I'm saying? Things happen out there. So the important thing is to have some kind of dialogue going on to at least let the other person know what's going on. No conversation is the worst thing you can do in this situation.
Absolutely.
That's how I take it. You coming in late without saying anything, that is total disrespect.
I absolutely agree with that.
Let me see what Huff says. Huff says better be in the house by 10.
I mean, if there was no time established before you went out, then yeah, I guess 10 would be a respectable time. But if you're gonna, and it's a lot to evaluate in this situation like this, because if your significant other is not a person that goes out all the time and they had a slip up, you know what I mean? Have a little grace. Show them a little grace. And anything could happen. They could have been, phone could have went dead. I mean, anything could happen. And the people that you're with also makes a difference. You know what I mean? The people, whoever you're hanging out with, makes a difference. Get with people that's going to respect your relationship and respect your marriage and hold you accountable, even if you're intoxicated. Be like, don't you think you need to send your girl a text or your guy a text? Don't you think you need to?
Do people really do that?
I'm going to tell you what group of people do it.
Steph, what up?
I've had conversations with single friends that's a lot different than my married friends.
I agree with that.
My single friends would be like, girl, please, he your daddy now? You know, they'll throw some salt in your shit. You know what I mean? It's just a different conversation. And I can't say all my single friends do that, but the conversation is definitely a lot different. Like, they won't understand that level of respect when you have to call home. Your married friends, they'll be calling their husbands too. And they'll be like, don't you need to call Jarrell? Don't you need to send Jarrell a text? Does Jarrell know you out this late? Like, they hold you accountable.
Steph says nope.
Know what?
And are you saying, because I asked a question, do friends really have that conversation? And Steph, what are you saying nope to? That's what I'd like to know before I make any assumptions. Huff says that slip up is cheating.
You think they cheating, Huff? Wait a minute. So if they are out late and they don't text or call, that's automatically them cheating? No, Huff. I'm not gonna agree with you on that.
Steph, I want to know what you're saying nope to. I don't know if, well, I'll say this: single friends keep friends single. That's what I always say, because that
might be the title. I like that. Say that again.
Single friends keep friends single, because nobody really, let's be honest, they act like not all, but some act like they're happy for you, but they want you to be in the same boat as them. So I don't know if your single friends, you said your married friends will, I don't know if your single friends are going to tell you, hey, call your husband. Like you said, they can be like, forget him. Let's just stay out.
Just gonna downplay it and sit here and, you know, make it seem like that shit ain't cool and put that pressure on you. Like, girl, please, why are you doing that? I
don't know. From a guy's perspective, I don't know if the guys is saying, hey, call your wife.
Maybe not call, but you know what? They'll probably calling or texting their wives. The energy, the environment is different. Your single friends ain't got nobody to call and text. You know what I mean? Your married friends, they might be like, oh, well, let me send such and such a text right quick and let her know that I'm going to be home late.
But I can tell you this. There are some friends out there, some real friends, not the associates. There are some real friends, because I experienced it before. There are some real friends that say you do not need to be here. Real talk.
That's what's up. Well,
shout out. Hey.
That's what's up.
There are some real friends who will tell you that. Not a lot, but there are some out there. What Steph said, it depends on the person. I would never say forget your spouse.
Absolutely. I agree. It does depend on the person.
I agree with that.
It does depend on the person. Yeah.
But I wouldn't even put a time limit on it. Like, it's like a thing, if your parents never gave you a what I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for, a curfew, right? Mm-hmm. Like, some parents gave you a curfew. They would say, hey.
That was already established prior to.
Right. Some parents gave you.
On it tonight. That's a good point.
Some parents gave you a curfew, right? They said, hey, you need to be in this house by 11, 12 o'clock, right?
They already set that foundation.
And you did it. But in a relationship, you can't do that, right? I think if you didn't have a curfew, you knew not to disrespect your parents. I didn't have a curfew. In your
household, you knew not to disrespect your household.
I didn't have a curfew, but at the same time, I know I can't roll up in the house at 2, 3 in the morning.
Right.
So it's a respect thing. Yeah.
I never had a curfew either, but I will tell you, my parents told me, if you leave this house after 10, you might as well stay at home. Do not leave after 10. I'm not going to tell you when to come back, but do not leave after 10. So my ass will leave at 9 o'clock or 9:59. I will not leave my house after 10 p.m.
Yeah, I did that at my parents' home, and I came home at 6 in the morning, and guess what? My mom had both locks on the door, and I slept in the car. True story.
That's a real family. That's a real parent. That's a black parent right there.
That's the thing. You're not going to have a curfew on your spouse. It's all about respect. Like, you know damn well you cannot be gone and come in without contacting your spouse and come in late. Like, when I say late, I mean 2, 3, 4. It's just not. You just can't do that. Right. So the conversation has to be there, and respect has to be there.
Respect has to be there. Somebody put sunrise. If you come in before sunrise, God damn it! If your ass does not beat the sun, you might as well stay wherever you at. Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna catch a case.
Let me ask y'all on here on IG Live and people on YouTube. Do you think there should be a curfew set? It sounds crazy. I say no, but do
maybe
you think,
not literally speaking, but they get the idea.
Yeah. Do you think there should be a conversation had as far as a time period to come in the house? Like, I would like to know that. Did you get any other responses on this?
Mostly everybody was saying after midnight is disrespectful, because there's really what are you out late for after midnight?
Yeah.
So, but again, you really have to know your spouse and trust your spouse, and wait for them to come home to have that conversation to understand, okay, why were you out this late? Why you didn't call me? Why you didn't text me? You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know, when you, especially in a marriage, you got to show your spouse some grace. Especially if it's something that doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
Now, if you're hanging out, it's a bachelor party or some friends are in town or whatever, show your spouse some grace, because it's not a consistent thing. Now, if they're doing this every night, yeah, you might want to establish a curfew. You know what I mean? If they go into the club every night, establish a respectable time. Let
me see. Steph says, I think it needs to vocalize because people have opinions different on what's respectable.
Yeah, expectations are different.
No, let's be realistic now. Everybody know right from wrong.
No.
Yeah, they do.
But that's the saying, common sense is common when it's not.
That's true. Okay, so look, we'll say this, because we'll say the dudes, because there's some dudes out there are controlling and stupid, right? Some of them. You can't come in a house 3, 4 in the morning, and it's cool, right? And expect your woman to not say anything and be cool with it, and then you get mad at her, she do the same thing. Mm-hmm. You can't do it. We have to be fair and have common sense, because you doing your thing, you could be doing your thing, and she could be getting bust down at the same time. So you can't do that. You can't say, hey, don't question me, or I don't need to be this and that and the third. I don't need to communicate. It could be the same thing for her.
But to Stephanie's point, she was saying people have different opinions and different on what's respectable. So somebody in the relationship might say 10 o'clock is too late, and the other person might say, well, I think 10 o'clock is reasonable, 12 o'clock is too late. Well, you still have to vocalize what your expectations are.
We got to have that conversation.
But if you've been married for a while and you've been married for years, you kind of already know what to expect.
Okay, Steph says, for some women that might be okay, but the next woman is not okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. To her point, it's just establishing a respectable time and boundaries within your relationship. That's the only way, because and if it happens again, have those conversations and don't be so arrogant to think you did nothing wrong. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
So
I agree with that.
Yeah. But that's basically what a lot of people were saying. I mean, I saw one maybe 10 o'clock. I saw one person say 10 o'clock is too late. And if that's the understanding, you and your spouse, too late. Without a call or text.
Oh, without a call or text.
Right, that was the question.
I agree with that.
And if that is the understanding, I don't care what time it is. If you and your spouse have an understanding that works for the both of you, stick to that shit and do not let anybody influence you to do something other than what was established.
Let me tell you something. There's no excuse. Like, we in 2020. We got phones that cost over $1,000. It take nothing but 1 second to send a text out and say, hey, I'm going to be late. Mm-hmm. It's just that simple. Unless your phone is dead,
a reasonable excuse why you're late too.
Unless your phone died or you lost your phone, there should not be or somebody robbed you. And these are extreme examples, right?
Extreme measures.
Your phone dying is realistic, but if it's not some of those ones, there's no excuse on why you should not at least send a text as a second to say, hey, I'm going to be late. I'm doing this. This happened. This common courtesy is respect.
Yeah.
That's all it is. There's no excuse on either side. There's no excuse whatsoever.
And own it. You know, if you do, if you slip up and you made a mistake and you did some shit, own it. I mean, you might have to do what I do. Go to the store and buy their favorite snack or wine or whatever. Own it and show them that you're actually sorry. Don't just try to act like shit is all good and nothing happened. Like, you guys, that's the one thing we have to learn as people and as black people. Learn how to forgive and show it in your actions.
I agree with that. That's dope. Learn how to forgive. Don't hold grudges and be accountable for your actions. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely, man.
The word sorry can go a long way.
Absolutely.
If you genuinely mean it.
Yeah, the word sorry can go a long way, and the actions can go even longer.
Oh, yeah. Actions definitely speak louder than words. We all know that.
No doubt, no doubt. You had any more responses to the question?
No, that was pretty much it. I mean, I think everybody agreed so far for the poll. When I put, is it disrespectful to come in late without a text or call? We had 100% yes. It is absolutely
yeah,
disrespectful. Okay,
it's really just, you know, it's a
no
no-brainer. It's a no-brainer
about it. That is disrespectful.
You can't come in the house late, you know, and don't be you doing it. Don't be mad when your chick getting bust down 2, 3, 4 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? At that point, she.
No, wait. If they out past 3 a.m., they getting bust down.
Yeah, she for the streets at that point.
What about the man? He fucking.
I mean, black men don't cheat.
Black
men don't cheat.
If we don't just have black followers,
white guys cheat, but black men
don't discriminate. We don't.
White guys cheat, but black men don't cheat.
Anyway,
they got money, so they got options.
Y'all know the famous saying, "Ain't nothing open after midnight but Denny's and legs."
No, it's 7-Eleven.
It's Denny's too. Denny's 24 hours. Ain't nothing open after midnight but Denny's and legs. And nobody's going to Denny's. Shit, ain't nobody going to 7-Eleven.
You'll be surprised, man. That's a lie, Steph. That ain't no lie. Black men don't cheat. White people do. Because they have more money. They can exercise their options. It's a true story.
So you saying,
no lie.
You know what? We're not about to get
ain't
into
no
this
lie.
conversation.
But YouTube out there listening, leave your comment, man. Read the question to them again. Ash, what up? What up? Ask the question.
Is it disrespectful for your significant other to come home late without texting or calling?
Oh, boy. Oh, Al, what about hip hop? I mean, hip hop.
You know,
is
IHOP open 24 hours?
It's open late. That was a hangout spot too. Yeah, it's open. It's open late.
Oh, okay.
IHOP too. IHOP is open.
So it's 3:00 in the morning. Your ass at IHOP eating pancakes. Come on, Al.
He might be getting you something from IHOP. They have
omelets. You can let me know. Just all I ask.
He wants to surprise you.
Keep your women informed. Women, keep your men informed. If you are going to be out, just send a text.
You just said keep it spontaneous, so he might want to bring you back an omelet or something. You know what I'm saying?
Don't bring me back no
omelet or something.
Bring me back some wings or something. Don't bring me back no omelet.
That's better than eggs over hammies, whatever the Denny's have. Is it eggs over hammy?
No, what they have what's that breakfast called?
Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
No,
bring that
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam, yeah. Yeah, baby, I was out, but I got this Grand Slam for you. You know what I'm saying? The egg, just the way you like it. You know what I'm saying? He thinking about you.
But all jokes aside, y'all, for real, just keep it respectful.
Yeah, what else we got? We off or what we doing?
We can get off that topic. I saw something else on social media that said that I really wanted to get y'all opinion on this too. Somebody put a woman said this. Okay,
of course. Who else gonna say it?
No, it's some real shit though.
Yeah, listen up.
She put she does not like girl trips. She would prefer a baecation over a girl trip any day.
Ash, what you think about this? You on here? What you think about this? Oh yeah. Lord, say it again. She would prefer.
She would prefer a girls trip. Not a girls trip. I'm sorry. She does not like going on girls trips. She prefers a vacation all day, every day. And I have to say, I understand. If I go on a girls trip, I'm telling you, y'all hoes got maybe 2-3 3 days at most with me before I'm annoyed with your ass, because women are catty, they're petty. Like I said earlier, we're hormonal.
Crazy.
We're emotional.
Crazy.
Like it's just too much. And if I'm going on a trip and I want to drink, and I'm not saying that I need to drink to have fun, but if I'm going on a trip and I'm going to drink and I'm feeling good, when I get ready to go to bed, I want to be next to a man. I don't want to go to bed tipsy by myself. Like, I want to be with my man. You know what I mean? I want to be feminine and shit with my man. I don't want to cuddle up to some girl, some chick. And I'm not saying I don't have fun with my friends. I'm just saying I got maybe 2 or 3 days with their ass. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
so I understood that.
What was the responses on that? I can't relate to it because I'm not a girl, so I'm never going on a girl trip. So this is a question for
so far,
the ladies.
most people, it was like a 90-10. 90% said they prefer to go on a vacation and not a girls trip.
90%?
90%.
That's pretty damn high.
Like, if most people, if you're in a relationship, you would prefer to go on a trip with your man. Nobody, if you're single, that's when you go on them girl trips.
I
If
agree.
you had a choice, you're gonna choose your man. Don't nobody want to share no bed and share no room with no female. Like, unless you into that. But for the most of us, we're not into that. We want to be with our man.
Then girls trip was originated by single women, and then
that makes sense because they don't have anybody to go on a trip with.
Right.
But if I had to choose, I'm definitely choosing that meat. Okay, I want to be with my man at night. You know, and most of the time when you with your man the one paying for everything anyway, ladies. Hello.
Oh, Lord.
Go with your man.
Come on.
You know it. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool to go with your friends. Like, I just went on a cousin's trip, but those are my cousins.
That's family.
That's family. And they know me and I know them. And it ain't gonna be no pettiness, no cattiness, none of that. What you doing?
Oh, I'm showing up. Shout out. You know, I'm showing a shirt right quick. Shout out to Hollis Queen. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Run DMC. Rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. One of the best rap groups ever. Go ahead. Hollis Queens, what up? Go ahead.
Okay. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, that's basically, let us know. Would y'all prefer to go on a vacation or a girls trip? And do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? Like, no disrespect to my single ladies. No disrespect intended. No disrespect to people who prefer. No disrespect to people who prefer friend trips, because sometimes at the same time, a girls trip is needed with your friends. Sometimes you just need to get away with the girls. But for me, I'm sorry, I can't do a whole week trip with no female. I just can't.
Hey, only people who should go on a girls trip are like all of the booger wolves and the sea donkeys. Yeah, nobody loves y'all and nobody cares about y'all. So y'all go ahead and go on your little trip.
I'm about to turn your mic off. I'm about to turn your mic off.
All the booger wolves and sea donkeys, go ahead and go on your little trip. Get all the drinks you want to.
No.
Play with all the crabs and seashells on the beach.
You're so stupid.
Y'all have fun together and be miserable and keep each other single. All the booger wolves, but all the married women, nah, y'all don't need that.
On a serious tip, though, ladies, it can be therapeutic to get away with your girls sometimes, but to be planning trips like every week or every 2 weeks, couples trips are cool. Like, if you and your girlfriend and her man want to come with you and your man on a trip, that's also fun. That's cool, but I don't know. For me, I understood exactly what the young lady meant who posted this question.
Yeah, so YouTube again, leave us your thoughts and opinions.
Please.
Ladies, actually, for this question, would you prefer a girl trip or a bae trip? Instagram, we about to be out. We appreciate y'all being on there. And again, Instagram people that's on here, when the video comes out on YouTube, like, comment, share, man. That's all we ask, man. But we appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah.
All right?
All right.
All right, peace, man. What else we got?
Oh shit! I thought that was it. I was about to say something crazy. That's it. Other than real quick, and I really don't like to talk politics on here.
No.
But real quick, did y'all see that shit with DeSantis when he went to USF and how he was telling those students to take off their masks?
They don't care about that.
Like, dude, shut the fuck up and let them do what they want to do and stop trying to tell people what. Okay. Like, I don't understand. Let people live according to how they see fit. You don't tell them people to take off their masks.
Yeah, we're not gonna get political here.
I know, but I just had to. It came up on the Shade Room, so I'm sure most of you guys seen it. I just had to point that out.
Okay, all right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, let me drink my wine.
Yeah, I think the wine already kicked in.
Shit, about to go left.
Again, please subscribe. YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can hear us out on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, also on Spotify. Spotify will have questions on there, and you can also engage with the questions, the Q&As. So you can also do that as well, and listen to us on any other podcast platform as well. Follow us on Instagram, the Thomas Game Podcast. Man, go ahead and just follow us. Check us out. The email, if you have anything that you have questions about that you want us to go over, talk about, the Thomas Gang 2020 at gmail.com. Anything else before we be out?
No, I think you just about covered it, dear.
All right. Thank you for joining us, and we are out.